music just to me.
Are you ready for start time?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Jus Jase
in the house tonight, and they just got back from World Tour, and I think they got something they want to say.
You now listen to the sound.
Mic check 1 2. What is this?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to it. It's the Mic Drop Sessions. Yours truly, Jus Jase, TNT's most dangerous DJ. And of course, I want you to support your boy on the YouTube page, Jus Jase 868. Don't forget, subscribe, comment, follow, like, share, and click that bell for notifications so you'll have new episodes when they come out, alright? This particular podcast, you know what I do? I always pay homage and pay tribute to the people that paved the way for DJs like myself, and then myself passing the baton to the future generation of DJs and radio presenters and announcers and personalities. And this person I have today is an icon when it comes to this game called DJing in Trinidad and Tobago. One of the founding names of turntablism and party rocking. This boy is a beast. Now, back in the day, folks used to confuse me and him. They used to say we were twins. Anytime I go somewhere, you look like he look like you. But I have him in the building right now. It took some days for us to link up, but he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only DJ Starchild in the building!
Yo,
What's up, my brother?
God, just chilling like a villain. Just good to go.
I see on the outskirts you're chilling. The pandemic have you out breezing. I see you breezing there.
That's for those who get endemic, yes. You know, everything is everything for everybody, though.
I hear that, my brother. I hear that. Well, here's what. Cups up. Cheers, my brother. Cheers to life, health, strength,
Good.
and I'm glad to have you on board.
Thanks for life. You know,
Yeah, man.
That's what we do.
Yeah, man. So basically, what we need to do is get into Starchild himself. What you about for 2021? Where's Starchild currently in the midst of the pandemic?
But just looking at things, you know. Just looking at things and looking at where we came from to where we at, and hoping for a brighter future. So that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
I've been looking at your cast and members who were founding members, brothers. Well, the sisters ain't coming yet.
Not yet. They're coming. They're coming.
I know. So we have enough of them. Kudos.
Yeah, man.
So there's enough love to all the founding members and foundation members who were there before us, who represented and who made a part for us to be where we are today. So I say kudos to them and respect to them.
Yeah.
And enough love to all them, because without love, this couldn't be possible, you know. Without love, none of this, who we are today, would not be possible, brother.
I wouldn't be talking to you. You wouldn't be talking to me. There'd
My
be no
brother,
Starchild, no Jus Jase. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so let me take it back to the history. I'll go back to the foundation, the genesis, the beginning of Starchild. Even before the name Starchild came into play, I want to know the beginning school days, youth days, when the music call you, when the DJing call you, who some of the influences that tell you, hey, I want to do this thing, touching two turntables. Break it down, Starchild. Talk to me.
The old Arangwas Junior Secondary School days, before going to New York City to do, you know, just hanging out and be with amongst some of the greatest DJs and stars. It was nice. Primary school, Palaseco Primary School down South Trinidad.
You a South boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even South people.
Right.
That was the first introduction to the DJ life. DJ Skinny. Kenny and Selwyn and Kent, you know. Clements and Pope family. Number 9 Road, Palaseco, South Trinidad.
Wow.
Get them up. Otherwise, you'll never see walking. Yeah, man, kudos. Knocked out. Boom. Oil in the coil, bro.
Nice, man.
You know? Big super singers like Super Blue and everybody here from the southern area. So I still give kudos and respect the South first. You know?
Respect
Not just trying to go to South first.
Yeah, man.
You know? And in private school, my father was a DJ, the late great McLean Cardinal, DJ Cardi, ballroom dancer champion with Hollywood Cody, the late two as well. Scouting for talent.
Yeah.
And this podcast will be too short to mention.
But now we have time. We have drinks, right?
Yeah.
Go through her.
Talk. Enough love to Brenda Rosa, De La Rosa and her family.
Brenda. Darling, love you.
Yes.
Yes.
she was instrumental in the lead part
Right.
of us doing what we had to do, and Dennis Ramdeen and all the foundation members
Right.
of Star and White Oak and all the,
Yes,
conglomerate
yes, yes.
and her corporate membership
Yes.
who made it possible for DJing and entertainers around Trinidad Tobago and
Correct.
the Caribbean.
And the Caribbean. So back to the history now. Say your dad was late great, rest in peace. He was a DJ.
Yeah.
And what happened from then?
DJ Cardi, when they separated and everything, I was with my grandfolks. So when I was school in Palaseco, I always loved DJing. I was introduced to it really by force because I had loved dancing. I was a ballroom dancer as well. Same way,
Right.
fast walker. But I had loved doing the DJ thing because I loved what the music was about. I didn't have anything else. My parents was uptown and I was down south.
Right.
With my big brother Francis. And then the two sisters came after me. They came down south to live. But I had always loved the entertainment scene, Dancing didn't come in here. It
Right.
was just DJing. I love the turntable, the record thing, how you put that on and get the music out of it. Because we were in tune to radio and television.
Right.
That time television was Sylvania TV. You know that Sylvania black and white TV?
With the rabbit ears.
Who can remember that? If they remember that, then they
And you rotary dial. Yeah.
Sylvania. Yes, two notes. And then two small notes at the bottom.
And black and white.
Black and white.
No color ain't coming yet, yeah.
Color wasn't close to it.
Right.
So then they can relate to this,
Yes.
Black and white TV, television time. And, Dark Shadows and Sesame Street,
Right.
up to now,
Right.
still was in a play. But we always had this inclination of wanting to excel and go further, because my parents, my mom and dad was up north and I was down south. So I felt a little different because the kids was into football and playing and running, but I was just into music.
Music.
So even in school, when the late principal of the school, Mr. Juve, at that time, they had took an interest in me, but I had just loved music. I couldn't sing, couldn't play no instrument, but I had just loved music.
Music, right.
So I was attracted to the radio thing.
Right.
And the voice, in those days, the late great Billy Reese
Billy Reese
came on. Rennie Bishop wasn't even in the picture yet.
Yeah, it was Billy first.
Yeah, Billy the bad lad. Brrr.
Yeah.
Who loves you, baby? Who loves you?
Bad lad, boy.
History, and
Yeah,
talking history. Kudos. And then eventually when I passed common entrance for Pfizer, but intermediate, it was easy for me to get a transfer to Rangwas Junior Secondary School.
Okay.
So I had passed for an intermediate school.
Right.
I was like in college in South,
Yes.
I was like in college. And still, my mom wanted me up north at that time, so it was easy to get a transfer. But the school that they would have loved to get me into at that time was not that choice. So it was easier to get into Rangwas Junior Sec, which was now a new school at Tempo. It was after Malik Senior Comprehensive, which was called Coolie High of that time.
Right.
If you have ever seen the movie Coolie High, Malik was Coolie High.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all nice stuff.
Wow.
But I was satisfied because academic student that I loved that. Academia. I always wanted that, because somehow way along the line I wanted to be a medical professional,
Right.
In other words, my eyes was set on being a doctor in the medicine medical field.
Right.
I didn't know I would have been a doctor of music. Kudos. And make a long story short, migrating coming from south to uptown, up north, Stanmore, Laventry Road, Pebble Village, Stanmore to be exact. Where a lot of people was, young guys going to the field of sport. And that wasn't for me. I just love the music thing. And anything that the music could take us to or take me to, I was gravitating to it.
Right.
And I enjoyed that. And that was before I had the trip, the accolade of being engulfed into going into New York.
Right. So in Trinidad, in terms of the turntables, what your mixing skills, where you learn that from?
That mixing skill really developed after we were DJing in Trinidad, but not full. But what we are seeing, Chippy was one of the liquor companies, one of the major companies in Trinidad.
Right.
He's a DJ, but the late great Pinhead,
Okay,
John,
okay. Uh-huh.
Uncle John, in Starwood there. When I had moved up to Starwood, I used to go down to Superstar Disco and watch Chippy.
Superstar Disco, boy.
Superstar
Wow.
Disco. He had a name, Superstar. I didn't know at that time that was going to play a part in my future endeavors.
Right.
Superstar.
Right,
Disco.
right.
You know, used to study with the DJs because there was a record store there too. But we
Okay.
had the disco downstairs in the basement.
Right.
There was a record store there upstairs. So all the records used to come to that shop. And that time, rockers was on the way.
Right,
Rock
right.
music, disco music wasn't even happening yet.
Right.
So it's just rockers.
Everything rockers. Covers
Yeah.
covers of pop songs and R&B songs done in reggae.
Correct.
Rockers, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
in those days, what we had school bazaars.
School bazaars, right? And
Yeah,
Harvest.
but dancing didn't come forward yet.
Nah, not yet.
Nah.
That was back in the gang era.
All right.
They had like
So what we had was-
Panthers and One Love and Grateful
The
Dead and
Panthers
them
was not
fellas.
coming out. Panthers and even not coming out.
Right, right, right.
So what we had was the old rockers era.
Right.
You know, which I had a privilege of being engulfed into in the early days down at Number 9 Road in Paraseco with DJ Skinny and them.
Okay.
Kenny, Kent, and Selwyn, you know.
Right.
Because they were the DJs. They were living in Number 9 Road too.
Okay.
So it's a
Okay.
family extension thing, you know.
Yeah.
And when they used to play in our primary school bazaar, they used to play the music, but yet I was always close to them, being right up under them. They playing the records. And in those days, it didn't have any mixing thing. It was playing the best song.
Yes. Tune to tune to tune to tune. Yeah.
Tune.
Yeah. Yes.
What you could play, tune.
Tunes, yes.
So I was privileged in knowing tune and having tune and being engulfed in what song moves people. Not
Right.
people per se, but me and my little, junior folks alike. My
Yeah.
little brothers and sisters who was going to primary school, elementary school.
Right.
And I used to be amazed that they could think about what song would get you or I
To move.
jump around, move
Yeah.
around, jump up and get down.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So back in the days, it was a different era of music. So kudos to that too. And we
Yeah.
had loved that. I loved that. But I was more intrigued and fascinated with how it was played, by
Right.
whom it was played,
Right.
when and where.
Yes.
So the DJ thing really invoked me, that inner self, inner spirit. So you love that. You want to be a part of that. But you don't know what field they're going to play. So I just let the music guide me. And that's one of the great things about music and personal and people who get engulfed in music, who are singers, who are writers, who are recorders, who are engineers,
Yes.
and who are radio disc jockeys.
Right. 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 Right.
Music chooses you to play a part. You can't choose what part you want to play.
Right.
You can choose that we want to be a DJ, we want to be an announcer, we want to be a singer. No, many of us have tried different things, different fields, different aspects of the entertainment field. But the music chooses who it wants to play what part.
Right. 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 Right.
That's
All
why
right.
you're doing what you're doing today.
Salute
And
that.
we are here. Yes.
Salute that. All right, so you started. You're watching how the DJs prior to you, Skinny and the boys, they playing the one tunes. You're taking it turning like a sponge. You know what I mean? When it is
Yeah.
where you, as a young person, got to put your hands on a turntable and then start trying different things. Talk to me. We getting there. Talk to me.
Now we go into the days of Fresh Fest,
Fresh Fest now. This big C.
which started in Master Mixing Days. But before that too, we have to pay kudos to all the DJs who were there, kudos and all the members who started the mixing thing, what we were doing, right? I would say that we were all fascinated by what turntables could do.
Yes.
Turntablism.
Right.
We only coined that phrase now.
Later on. Yeah, that came later on.
Yeah. But back then, it still was turntablism. Because
Right.
when you put that record on, that vinyl, that wax, you're a master of turntablism.
Right. Right.
You know, you make that work. Because the music carried the message.
Yes.
Back in the day, all the messages in the music was about love, peace,
Yes.
harmony, and having a good time.
That's right.
That's what we know.
Mm-hmm.
So we became masters of that art of sending and carrying the messages to the good people around. Because people would wait for a weekend to come out to party.
Right.
So before I even started the DJ and go to the full field, I remember where we used to go. School bazaars, christenings, weddings, any
Right.
function where the DJ was playing, he is the star.
Right.
Now the
Right.
star is the recording artist, the singer, who sang whatever song related to that time
Right.
of the day, the month, the year, and the era. So when they were singing, they sang what they felt at that time
Right.
and what related to that era. So when we say back in times, there's old school,
Right.
and there's retro.
Right. Right.
Before you come to current music.
Right.
4 phases. Back in times, old school, retro, and current.
Right.
So DJs got to learn how to differentiate and separate because it comes in eras, it comes in time spans.
Right.
80s,
Right.
90s, 2000s. Before the 80s to the 2000s, there was 70s and 60s.
Right. 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 Right.
You have to know which year, what is produced, and how to categorize them. We do.
So let's break down the era now. What year is this where prior to Fresh Fest,
Yeah.
you were coined DJ Starchild?
I was going in the 80s.
In the
when
80s.
Rennie Bishop had held the realm of radio fraternity.
Right. Right.
The Iceman.
Big up to Rennie Bishop.
Every time.
Yes.
Before him, I was with production sound. I was a sidekick of production sound. We were moving equipment,
Okay.
you know. So Milton Primus, big boss,
Big
took
up
me on his
Milton.
wings and kept me there because he saw the potential.
Yes.
And it takes somebody who's in the field to see, who's already aspired to a level, to see somebody who is acquiring that level. Kudos. Who can say, hey, that kid has a potential, you know? They come like an athlete, same thing. You practice, then you can relay. Yeah? It's the same thing with DJ. You practice, and then they can tell you what field you're going to go into.
So Rennie coined you Starchild. How come? How he came up with Starchild for you?
At Himalaya Club, he was playing in a party. That was one of his locations when he wanted to have the biggest crowd ever in Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
The Venta. Himalaya Club was his favorite spot.
Right.
And that's in Sawan. 3rd Avenue, Sawan.
Yes.
Not bad, right? Sawan.
Sour. Yes. Yes.
And there was this day that I had won the competition, the Fresh Fest from Big C and Clyde Mango when we had Fresh Fest.
Mingo, man.
Yeah, Clyde Mango.
Right.
Clyde Mango and Calvert Constantine.
Right.
You know, they were the Fresh Fest promoters.
Yes.
They were responsible for myself and other guys like yourself and
Yes.
who came into the field.
Yes.
Came into the field.
Yes. Yes.
And when we went to Himalaya Club, that night, Rennie introduced me. The place was empty. It had nobody. But everybody's out on the road, so I was seeing this crowd, and you know, and he took me and said, "Come, they come in inside." I said, "What?" But I was in my little all white outfit, a little bag of records for me
Yeah.
to because that's anymore. And you know, Bishop's voice, you can
Powerful,
you can
yeah,
miss that voice. That
Yeah.
voice is unique,
Yes.
and it's fantastic till today.
Yes.
And he introduced me to the kid. Very soon we have a young DJ who won Master Mix Freshman coming out to play some music and introduced me. He didn't say Starchild yet, you know.
Okay.
I was just Star. And I came and I took the microphone, and when I tried to announce myself, boy, you can hear the vast difference. That man's voice to my voice is like thunder, jack crack. What? Thank God at that time, if it wasn't for my skills of DJing and putting music together,
Right.
the that I had, I would not have stood out at
Right.
Himalaya Club. We had over 3,000 people. And I
Right.
remember I had grown accustomed to crowds, just like Marshall Montano, another
Right.
great artist, knowing crowds from a very tender age, from a teenager standard. So I was not intimidated by the crowd.
Right.
I was just intimidated because of the voice at the time.
Right.
And when we came up, when I did what I had to do, tore up the place and sent it mad, because I want to hear the Stammer boy
Yes.
coming and making something happen. And everybody went off. It was crazy. But I felt it.
Yeah.
Rejuvenated
Yeah.
in that sense. Said, very soon you'll be the next Starchild. That was even when my mother took me down to the radio station. Ford Escort was the car of the time.
Right.
Ford Escort, a white. Yeah, Ford Escort came down to the Radio Fusion building Marva Road, Port of Spain, going down, TBC network.
Yes.
And he was now going on air to do his program. So very soon he'll be the next Starchild. So it was nice. Black, say. Fans on the street moving.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So when we did that, it was kudos. And I remember him telling my mom that and still reiterating, very soon you're going to be the next Starchild. Of course, he was the Starchild.
Yeah, yeah.
People can't remember or would not know that Randy Bishop was the first Starchild in Trinidad and Tobago. And he was doing parties up and down the island, big time. He would leave the radio station on Saturday, do the morning program, but recorded it before and put it on the log on the wheel. And he's over in Barbados or somewhere up the island to do a party on Saturday night. So I give him respect for that.
Yeah.
That was an insight into me being able to travel up and down, not the island, but back and forth and forth. Because I had already been to New York State in my early teens as a baby boy.
Right.
Still loving the music. Let's
talk about that. Let's talk about that. So your teenage years, because I know we're going a little back and forth, but in your teenage years, when you first went to New York, I'm sure that's when the real DJ bug hit you in terms of the eclectic sounds of music, the different styles, different ways of DJing, the radio in them days, BLS, Kiss FM.
Yes. Because everything was the radio at that time, and we used to tune into the radio and hear good DJs, big DJs, juggling tunes. And it was always about the mix, the clean mix, the continuous mix, and how to maintain that mixing zone straight down to keep the people in tune, not losing that, Cool Red Alert and these guys were now coming out still. I'm trying to remember some of my DJs, pioneers, who were back then in that time.
Back then you had people like, in terms of the voices, you had Mr. Magic.
Yeah, he was
Mr. Magic. You had DJ Molly Mall, the Awesome
Molly Mall was a kid. He was rapping back in the day.
He was a producer.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he was rapping with the guys. More or less, UTF-1, but it wasn't standing out yet.
Right.
I still remember some of my guys who, even when I had crossed wings with Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince didn't come up yet.
Right.
They were still rapping and juggling in clubs. Names vaguely, reminiscent.
Right.
But I just still seen their faces. I felt DJ GB, rest in peace, which was Glenn Brathwaite.
Yeah.
Now he was Glenn Brathwaite at the time. It was just GB production.
Right.
Because Kenwin, his in-law, took over the sound system name. He used to take me to a place called Private Eyes in Manhattan City.
Okay.
Big superstars. We see Bobby Brown, Eddie Murphy, and they used to come to the club. And I was amazed because he was DJing there and they used to take up our Caribbean song. But DJs, they were playing American music, but with a flavor of Caribbean sound inside of it.
Right.
And that was amazing. That was, and here we were seeing Bobby Brown coming in the club, Slim, Little Kid, and Eddie Murphy and him, Eddie taking him off the stage, come here, and that's one-on-one. That's not like now where they are multi-superstars.
Right.
But that was close to me.
Yeah.
So I shared that. And I revel in that and I maintain that. So big superstars, even like Super Cat, who I know personally, bona fide with Naya Bengi, next big DJ. Yeah, man.
Bengi.
Yeah. Big members. I still give kudos to them. Foundation and founding members of the DJ business in whatever field they roll.
Right.
So we say we continue to emulate and migrate, spreading word of not just Trinidad and Tobago, but of the Caribbean.
Right.
Because Soca wasn't playing that big four-way out there as yet. Reggae music was making its play.
Because back in them days would have been like Arrow Hot, and tunes like that.
That would have been one of the biggest, and still is the biggest soca song today.
Right.
And then Anthem got to it, Who Let the Dogs Out.
Right.
Because of
that came way after, but the era we're talking about, is that early to mid 80s. Yeah.
Caribbean, right?
Yes.
And that's just Montserrat. Montserrat,
Yes.
not Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
The land of soca.
Right.
Even Lord Laro took what he took from here and went abroad and gave. They don't like to accept that, but it is what it is. You know, Lord Laro, reggae world, but he took a fusion of soca and fused it and give them reggae because it's stand soca fuse and they got that.
Yeah.
It's like saying Strash Shorty, I gave you the full soca. You know, a lot of things.
All right.
And he make that.
All right.
You bear witness to. You bear witness. But me, Starboy, Starchild, in my 50s now, we've grown through. I have gone through being around somebody pioneer and great DJs that you see today, and we revere them. Had I stayed in North America and do what I had to do or what I was doing, I would have been on TV and migrated and did that.
Yeah.
But I kept coming home.
Right.
So they kept asking me, you know, Thomas Lytle, one of the Def Jam producers,
Yes.
who I met in one of my clubs when I was DJing out in Long Island. So why you going home? Why you going? Where you going to Trinidad for? I said, no, bro. I love Trinidad Tobago. I going home.
Cheers to that, my brother. Cheers to that.
Yeah, kudos.
All right.
TNT, home.
We're going to Fresh Fest now. Now, I was talking to a couple of people, right? And they were saying back in them days, this is just hearsay, right? Hearsay.
Yes.
They said they know you were the favorite when it comes to Fresh Fest. Right? You were the favorite. When you get a chance, check out the Signal to Noise episode. He talks about he was in a competition with you.
One of the greatest DJs in Trinidad and Tobago.
Big up Siggy. Now he said
Joel Morris, one of my, I love him.
now he said there was a final.
Yeah.
And everything going down, he was going up before you.
Yeah.
He went up and he teared down. And as he finished tearing down, they say, right, show done, they put it off until the following week. Is that true?
But he had a mix that ripped up. I will not forget that. Cookie Monster.
Wait.
He is for Cookie on California style.
Wow.
I can tell you, I will not forget that. I come back in that. They wanted to put off. Put off. So, I've told you, add an acapella, Buju Banton. That's why I'm living to be living. That I will praise only him. Know how we make it through every day on California style. Answer that. Answer that, bro. I don't talk from here, say, talk from real thing. It was good. That is what that's it for Cookie Monster.
In my shop,
whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I always have a check up for Steve there. That's
the year you wore the ninja suit, right?
Nah, that was for Run DMC concert.
Serious?
No,
Break that down for me.
I went for Run DMC concert after when he stepped on stage.
Right.
But I wore that before in one of the competitions and won that too.
Okay.
But
okay.
I gotta give kudos to one of the greatest DJs ever in Trinidad Tobago, young as, and she is Alicia,
the Duchess. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. LKC
won that competition first time outright in Woodford Square. Thousands of people out in Woodford Square. Woodford Square was full.
Wow.
I was a teenager. I could tell about who. And when Alicia, she wasn't a teenager, she was 11 years of age.
Right. She was a little girl.
11 years of age.
Wow.
Ask Alicia. And when she stepped on stage with so much confidence that her brother, LKC, they was just handing her a record. She wasn't trembling like DJ Bird. Her fingers wasn't shaking or nothing. And she just threw on the mix in time, in cue, on point.
Wow.
You had to give her that competition.
At 11.
That year.
Yeah, man. Salute.
For the next year, yeah.
Duchess, we talk already. We talk already, Duchess. All right, we talk already, Duchess.
Bad.
Yeah,
how are you doing the program here?
Wow, that's crazy.
Next year, I said, no, you can't take that my trophy next year. No. 45 records in 15 minutes? Come on, man.
45 records in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I have room for more. You have to be that fast. Records all between your legs. So I say, kudos.
Salute,
Kudos
my
to the
brother.
team.
Salute, salute.
Terry T, Zawe, Bennett, and the late Frank Edwards. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
And we have young DJ still. The original KB songs and like, yeah. Remember who?
Salute, salute, salute.
We are wrong.
All right.
Still training people.
All right.
Two youngsters now doing the thing. You know, young stars, kudos to them.
Nice. All right. So we went from the history. We're going to move forward a little bit. And of course, you advanced from DJing in the parties and then moving on to radio. But before radio, I had a $1 million question to ask you. I know back in those days in the late 80s, the cassettes and the mixtapes that used to play in the hard punk maxis, that was the thing. Did you ever go down that route and make tapes?
I never took that route really because I always believe in doing my thing live. I always wanted people to see what was being done.
Right.
So I have to give kudos to the ruler of the cassette route, where Max is concerned and beyond, is Dr. Hyde.
Dr. Hyde.
You had Rhythm Nation, yeah.
Salute
You
Dexter.
had Rhythm Nation, you had First Priority, which was FPM, you know.
Yeah.
And rest in peace. You had all these other cats who were recording. I always believe that the cassette was to record your mixes to remind you of what you were doing. It came to me like personal rehearsal.
Right.
When you
right.
get a mix, you record it, hold it for posterity, you come back, listen to it, and know that staying that good, that song is great. You can go out into the field and do it live
Right.
for the people.
Right.
The cassette was a recording of all the music that was being sent out. And whilst you and I would choose this song as a great song, public would say that's a mediocre song.
Yes. Yeah.
Just like there was songs that took 4 years and 5 years to build. Kevin Little was one of those.
Yes.
Till
Yes.
me own.
Yeah.
Look how long he had recorded that, but he was working as a customs officer in the islands then.
In Vinci.
You know? Right? And look when that song came, 4 to 5 years after. And it made him a superstar then and then lived on. Chutney Bacchanal, Chris Garcia.
Yes. Big up to Chris.
So it have what we call one-hit wonders. And it have songs of Starchild, who come with it rolling.
Right. We will get to that. We'll get to that. Where is it? Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. Big up Starchild, man. All right.
We love to let-
So we
love to
talk
let-
what? So you weren't part of the cassette. You like to do your stuff live. That's good. So from there, I believe, from hitting the parties and whatnot, you then went across to radio. Am I correct?
Before we went to radio, the cassette was playing an important part in the fraternity because it was what you deem a marketing strategy and point. Because Maxi Taxi that came on the scene,
Right.
and to get recognition, you had to have a cassette in that. But while that was going on, to get recognized as a DJ in the field, the cassette had to be on a Maxi. I even had Maxi named after me. So you had Survival 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you had a Starchild, it would have had a Doctor, it had different Maxis. But they were playing different cassettes because the cassette of the day would be the latest song or whatever have you. That would work. So that would gain you your clientele. People who rushing for the Maxis now. The
Right.
one PBR was there. So the Maxis
That's
was
true.
ruled
There
up.
was a Starchild Maxi. That's right. A red
Of course,
band.
yeah, that-
Yes. Yeah.
If people can remember how many Maxis it had, different
God.
names, then you'll know.
Right.
They were
Right.
from wherever. So the Maxis was rolling. They ruled the route when music was concerned, not the radio station.
Right.
Maxis had taken over the radio station's role.
Yes.
Everybody was, because the traveling public was ready. That's corridor. Heavy movementation.
And that's how when people were learning the new songs, all the newest songs, they weren't broken on the radio. They were broken in the
Right.
maxi.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the radio was controlled that certain music couldn't be played.
Right.
Could not have been aired.
Right.
Not because of vulgarity, no, but because it was not deemed airworthy
Right.
to the powers that be who had owned and controlled the airwaves.
Yes.
Right? Now we have over 35 FM stations in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yep.
More than the tri-state of New York City. What are you telling me? So anything can play anywhere, anyhow.
Yes.
The only thing is we don't have explicit lyrics, explicit song.
Correct.
We are still controlled in the country.
Right.
But up north, anything goes on the airwaves.
Yeah.
We don't teach cannot curtail that. Right?
Right.
we'll get to that later on in life.
Yeah, man.
But that goes. So we imitate everything we see. So I always say, kudos, my gain to fame and recognition, although it's home and being home, never really came from here. It came from the work that I've done outside.
Right.
It was like entertainers, big entertainers who did it. Some of them who even migrated and didn't want to come back home because they got sweet, they got a taste of outside. But kudos to these superstars who came back home and made home their base while being recognized outside. Artists, I won't call no names, but
don't call names. Yeah.
They recognize all the world.
Yes.
But home here, you're watching them and you're trying to figure out who's that, who's he? Well, but then them corner and they get paid out the road. So kudos. So you don't really look for him. A king is never a king in his castle. Eh? A king is never a king in his castle.
I hear that.
But only recognized after you've done the work out the road. And then they still try to equate it with that. That's good. So a king is always humble. You're poor.
Right. Humble Starchild in the building, boy.
No doubt.
All right.
With that said, I always still give kudos to Brian Regis, Teddy Mohammed, Mario Russell.
Wow. Tell me why. Tell me why. I know why, but tell the listeners why.
Because they were the ones that started this and put us where we are today. Not just Rennie Bishop, you know, he was the forefather, but the master mixing, which I am privileged of being into. Brian Regis, Teddy Mohammed, Mario Russell, Brian Grant. That's the name 4 out of.
And that, as you say, they were the pioneers of the master mixing.
Master mixing, of which we are now.
All right. Yeah, man. All right. I like where it's going. The timeline is being etched. The history is being chronicled. And we're going to Radio Starchild now. So tell me, how did that come about? Because I'm not too sure. I always thought that Tempo was your first radio gig, but I think I'm wrong. So correct me.
No, when we used to go to radio, the person who really introduced me to the radio aspect of the thing was Big C, Calvert Constantine.
Big C, right. Big up Big C.
Fresh Press family.
Yes.
So kudos to him and the entire family with Clive Mengo. When you had one competition to market what we were doing around Trinidad and Tobago, to show what we were doing, we needed radio station frequency to boost, hoist, and showcase.
Promote the show, yeah.
So, FM 100 with Alan Diaz, the boss. We used to roll with Alan Diaz.
Boy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
75 Live.
We gotta salute Alan. Alan Diaz.
Alan.
Salute.
Diaz. Boss, I'll tell him.
Go ahead.
Alan Diaz was with us all the way through FM 100. And he's the DJ outside as well. So he is already established as doing the work for FM 100 before we went to 95. So when Big C and myself with Sky, Condriton, ex-police officer, good man, who was promoting Sky Promotion, we used to go in on Saturday. Big C used to co-host. He would co-host with Alan Diaz, you know, to introduce what we're doing.
Yes.
And I was side on the side. He late Edison Carr.
Edison Carr.
I said, yo,
peace. Yeah.
Big boss, rest in peace.
Yes.
Ask Big C, can he speak? Can he talk? Can he edit fast? Like I am. Joe Sam, another big promoter.
Rest in peace, Joe Sam.
Yeah, he good. And they put me on to do commercials. And we used to do our own commercials.
Right.
So soft sell, medium sell, and hard sell commercials. We learned that in journalistic broadcasting.
Right.
And these are things that you know. Glenn Howard should know that too.
Big up Glenn.
Respect every time from the Dr. Hyde camp.
Yes.
So I always wanted to go to that next level. I wanted no limits in what we were doing. Not just DJ, but broadcasting and beyond. So I used my DJ fraternity and that as a stepping stone to go up and above to the next level. So what we were doing is learn how to enunciate, pronunciation and enunciation of the correct word, English grammar. We have radio announcers and producers now. I've not even made that a study.
That's how they do. Yes, yeah.
And then we did use for excuse of it's colloquial. Colloquial what?
Yeah.
Didn't you not go to the English class?
Yeah.
In junior, secondary, or college?
Yep.
How come you are an announcer on the people's national broadcasting network?
Yep.
No, sir, no.
Yep. But forget that. We going into the transition. So from doing commercials, what was the next? What was the door you break through in radio? On which station Starchild did his first shift?
Everything was the wrong TBC for me.
Okay.
Even though it was with 100, the NBS network at first, National Broadcasting System, where Alan Diaz was, we got our break over. And I wasn't even the first set that ended up on 9-5 overnight with Louis Lissing. And
that's with me. No. I got that break. That
was your time.
Yeah.
Because I was too busy traveling.
So I got a radio before you.
Yeah. You jumped on.
Okay.
I was always on an airplane. My thing was, why not Trinidad Tobago was too small for what we're doing? We work.
Right.
I want to spread the wings. Same thing with Masha.
Yeah.
Spread your wings. No. Trinidad Tobago is 75 square miles.
Right.
How much you think you're going to achieve and accomplish?
Right.
75 square miles when there's thousands of miles out there to go and do. And I've been there before, so, not looking on Trinidad Tobago, but this is home.
Yes.
You can't do all your work in the bedroom.
Right. Starchild!
So if you're in the kitchen, you're cooking, you're in the bedroom, you're sleeping, you're in the living room looking at your television, you're on the gallery in the porch looking out. But where you going to go to work? Where do you go to work?
Right.
Unless you make your home zone, your work zone, then that's different.
Right.
But you got to go outside, you got to go.
So, I'm on the air in Trinidad, you back and forth playing New York, Trinidad, you know what I mean? New
York, London, Miami, Baltimore, Canada, Philadelphia, Boston.
Right.
Name some of the places.
Right.
Changed more than 5 passports.
Nice.
Did that work, and it was nice.
So
not seeking fame or fortune, just spreading the word.
Right.
Of the work that we could do this.
Yes. So back in Trinidad now. Which station was which station was the first station for you?
My official first station we were up done 9-5. Them guys and them started up before me, before I did. Tweez and them and Sheldon.
Right. Big up Tweez.
Already doing 9-5.
Yeah.
And I was the last to come in. So Steve Khan, we used to work with my white girl. Oh Lord, she was bad. She used to do that program. Francesca Hawkins.
Big up Francesca.
Every time. Yeah. That's my girl for life. That's
Big up
my
Francesca, man. We
used to be upstairs in the tower.
Yes.
Fran?
Yes.
Yeah. So Steve and I used to be up in the tower doing the musical work. So I used to bring the flavor. Steve doesn't know the tracks. So it was a diversity of music. But I used to bring what we call the Ghettoian music, ground level music, and put it in the mix. And it
so
was
9-5 was your start.
9-5
was your start.
TBC network.
Right. What happened after 9-5?
I stayed with 9-5 until we ended up on 105 with Phil Simmons.
Big up Phil.
Phil Simmons, Tukram Ali, Cheryl Moses,
right.
Christopher 18 Fingers, Tom Boynes.
18 Fingers.
That kid is one of the best.
He is one of the best. Salute Chris as always as my close friend. Listen, he a beast. And check out the episode when you all can, folks, with the Chris Boynes episode. We went through a whole bunch of stuff with the TBC network. He is my brother vibes. Big up to Chris.
To him and his wife Shalana.
Yes.
As a team. Chris was one of the few young DJs I have ever seen that was really engulfed in the music and was able to go from stage to stage at the time progressed on and maintain doing good music, not just good but great music, and being able to disseminate it to the public. Wherever you put it, from the library, the DJ to announcing, the enunciating, Chris Boynes.
All right. So after that now, tempo, you're going down the road good. So we see the timeline. And then we see the introduction of DJs, radio DJs, singing soca. The first being Third Bass.
No, Third Bass was first.
Who was first?
Now we had record before him, but it wasn't out there.
You serious?
Yeah. What was this? The trio with Shortman, Nicholas. Nicholas, Shortman Nicholas. Hey,
Shortman.
Nicholas. Oh Lord.
Short
What's his
man,
name?
boy.
He's done a lot of commercials and thing on TV and everything. Him and Jim Boy. Him, Jim Boy, and one other brother.
Was that group name?
I remember the group name.
You go remember it. All right. So tell me.
Oh, but Third Base was the first to get recognized officially for Chinese Laundry, Tony Chowder and what's
You came second. Yeah.
Chow, myself, we were there before that. But
Serious.
Third Base got the recognition.
Okay.
You know? And I
So
came back
your
home.
song, Who Come With It, Roll It. I think that is one thing.
National anthem. After Third Base.
Big up the Juice Man. Big up the Juice Man, boy.
Yo, just every time. Roy came on the All-Stars.
Yes.
Happy Roy.
Yes.
Who come and roll it? Yo.
What made you do that? What made you go into that?
I just wanted to put track on, you know. I just wanted to put track on because the voice was there and it had developed. And I had loved just taking the microphone and doing the stage. Even when we did, we did the Weekend episode
Yeah.
in Savannah.
Yes.
That was a big event, you know.
Yes.
Helping the needy. I always wanted to sing and just do that little part. Not a big singer, but just that little piece that
Yes,
you could
yes.
recognize.
Yes.
And Roll It came into mind when I penned that song. Ronnie McIntosh, kudos to him, Chandler at that time. Bad boy.
Big
That time
champ.
he was already running heavy, you know. Then Rod was one of the writers for him.
Right.
But Ronnie was singing because he had moved on to Chandler in a big way, coming from back then with Carl and Carol Jacobs. And even when I was moving with Carl and Carol Jacobs out in Yonkers in New York, you know, going to one of the great producers and things, who had produced Force MD's songs.
Wow.
And people didn't know that. And
Right.
I was in a vehicle and we used to go out in Yonkers
Right.
to visit this producer, rest in peace. Another Bradwick, that was Keith Bradwick.
Keith Bradwick.
Rest in
Right.
peace.
Right.
One of the biggest producers ever from Trinidad Tobago, living in Yonkers, New York. So there's a lot of history that I roll with and producers that did the work, you know, who represented Trinidad Tobago and did that work, and the Caribbean at that. But my thing was, what do you think? Where would we go from here? What's the stepping stone or what is the stopping stone? There's no stopping stone. As we would say in entertainment, sky is the limit. Sky is the limit.
Yeah.
Which one of us reaching the sky?
That's the thing. That's the thing. All right, Starchild, we're gonna swing.
Yeah.
We're gonna swing into a serious part now. This is a serious
Yes,
part.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
Now remember all the time folks used to say that I used to resemble you. I would go into a place and Starchild. No, this J, but you look just like Starchild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To get that right through. But in a dose of seriousness, so back in them days, same thing like you, I was always in a plane back and forth. You know what I mean? DJing and whatnot.
Yep. That's what we do.
Them days I was on Ebony 104 at the time. Right?
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, it was a Monday morning. I now come back from the States the Sunday, gotta go back on the air on the Monday. And my phone, this is, I used to do drive time in the afternoon, right?
Yeah.
So that Monday, so the Monday morning, I out like a light. I ain't waking up until about 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right? That particular Monday, I'll never forget, and this is a serious thing. My phone start to ring dong. So what's going on here, boy? And then eventually, it rings so much, I answered, groggy. I said, hello. I was a friend of mine, a chick, and she say, thank God I hear your voice. Go back and sleep, we go talk later. I put on the phone. I say, that ain't songing too good. Bam! I do so and I pick up the newspaper and it said, popular radio disc jockey arrested.
Yeah.
February 2006.
2006.
February 2006.
Yeah. That was the year.
That was the year. So tell me, I know that, and then afterwards, everybody, the whole Caribbean knew
That's
got
shot
arrested. You know what I mean?
When you have too much of
carry me down that road. What happened and tell me what went down.
being friendly with too much of people, the wrong person, you get beat. sent into a zone where you're not catered for because you believe that everybody's your friend.
Right.
Everybody's your partner and everybody good with you. So carry this from a family up the up because they're going back. I going back to the States, I go to juggle jail.
Wow.
And as much as you hear, we know we don't take anything from anybody. Good brethren of mine.
Don't call no
Gee.
name. We wanna cause no bacchanal, right?
All I
Don't
want to say
call
rest
no
in peace though. I will say that to him. Rest
Okay.
in peace.
Okay.
Man and
Okay.
family.
Mhm.
See, you like to live and always follow you and go with you. I want to. So if you're rocking in our boat, you gotta cater for that coming. But when I was arrested that year, I couldn't even believe it. And the Johnson, big boss, I love and respect, members came in, ministers too. That's why you I was in shock. It's the first time I really cried out personally because
This what in the
I
airport?
went into that.
This is
You
in
know?
the airport? Is this in the
Yeah.
airport you're talking about? Yeah, yeah.
Airport, and the officer and them still couldn't believe it, but they had no choice because you have this evidence in front of you. So when I explained it to them how this happened, because you're the one with this, in your position. So once it's in your possession, it's yours. So jacket or no jacket, and pants or no pants. And what I taken jacket to the States for, when I know usually I come home, I come back with cases. But carry this from my grandmother, because that's her favorite jacket. Yo, take that shit up. Don't carry that from nobody. Brother.
In the jacket, it was hidden inside the jacket.
Yep, hell yeah.
Wow.
Carry nothing for nobody.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, when you go in, tell nobody. If you have a wife, babes, unless it's really, really important and she know about it.
Yeah.
Other than that, tell nobody. Do you?
So for all the younger ones watching and stuff and figure that J life is cool and J life is especially with the Trinidad movement and thing now, man want to talk about bad man this, bad man that. Can you break down? I just want you to paint the picture of J life at the time.
Yeah. I was sent there to see personally and first hand. It was an experience to me. Because it was not just a learning experience, but an experience that I would be able to divulge to people and reiterate them.
Yeah.
Yo, jail I know life. Jail is the closest place to going to sleep permanently. Because there are members who are in prison and who are locked down on death row. So either they sleep death or they sleep life. Jail is the closest thing that could make you either sleep life or death. Because think about the brothers or sisters who are on death row. At any second, your bell could pull. Somebody could take your life, but probably you may have or may not have taken somebody else's life. You didn't think for a second, but you did that. What would you think about? How would you feel if somebody hanging or dangling? Hey, your life is in its final. It's mad.
Yeah.
I'm using that as an example, not the lockup, because
Yeah.
they do 2 months, 3 months, 2 years, or 3 years. You have a date coming out. But what would you acquire? What do you learn within that 2 months, 2 years, or 3 months, or 3 years, or 10 years, or 15 years? All I can tell people is that they would not want to go there, and those who go there don't want to go back there unless
Right.
they're comfortable going there.
Right.
You
So
know?
in terms of your experience now, were the inmates welcoming to you? You know what I mean? Is your huge public figure? What was that like?
Yeah, that's what it was. It was respect, but anybody, prisoners in jails over time, anybody could get tied up, good or bad, wrong or right.
Yeah.
You make that step, you walk into. It's just like you could eat the wrong food, thinking it's the right food,
Yeah.
and your food poisoning. If you're praying the right thing or keep yourself in a frame of mind and the right way, you can avoid all these things. And not that you're coward or you're breaking, but I'm not coward. Me,
Right.
who's police, who's soldiers, I have family members who came to police and top soldiers. What is the difference between that humanoid and this humanoid? But your firearm, you have access to that too. That little punks on the street have access to that thing. And they don't even know how to use it properly. They can't even read and write, but they have firearm.
Right.
You know how to use that? It's what you're trained for. What you accelerate and accentuate yourself for knowing what to do, where to go. How do you want to live? For as long as you can live.
Yes.
Okay.
But tomorrow isn't promised to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
But we have today and we had yesterday.
Yep.
We have today and we had yesterday.
Yesterday.
What did you learn from yesterday?
Now, speaking of learning, now understand in that time, I think it's 3 years you did?
Yeah,
Two
2
years?
We did 2.
Right.
2 to
In
do
that
3.
space of time,
Good behavior, everything.
you found a little a positive initiative within the prison system, and I think you were rewarded for it as well.
Yeah. Because
Tell me
being
about
able to know music. You know, where as it was, I know all this music skillfully, play music, DJ and things, but I was never accoladed for it. So having a level 3 in music, Miss Clement, kudos to Mrs. Clement, who was my junior teacher, science teacher,
Right.
became my prison music teacher.
Are you serious?
What is the irony of me meeting
Wow.
my junior secondary school science teacher as my music teacher in prison?
Wow.
So kudos to Mrs. Clement.
Big up Miss Clement. Big up Miss
Yeah, every
Clement.
time.
Yeah, man.
He's taught and still is teaching.
Serious.
Big groups too, said, member of a big singing choir and everything.
Yeah.
Kudos to her. And he taught me and treated me just as the same as when I was in school.
Wow. She didn't judge you. She didn't look at you in the front.
No way.
Hey, that's beautiful, man.
You know, and the senior and superintendents and all of them, kudos to them too, because they would acknowledge anybody could happen. It could happen to anybody, mistake or no mistake. Yeah, it's what you do while you're there, what you make of it. Not being biblical or philosophical. I see members who are written in the Bible who was thrown into dungeons, who threw them in? They didn't throw themselves.
Right.
So whether or if not, it's a great story, a good story. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, this one who was thrown up. All the trials that they went through or they've been going through, and those today who've been going through, they become greater after.
Yes.
One of these founding members, not Martin II, but oh Lord, you know the day I'm talking about. His wife separated from him and he died recently. Africa.
Mandela. No?
Aye.
All right, there we go. There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. There we go. All right.
How long did he spend in prison?
Yes.
Right?
A long
So
while.
we don't liken ourselves to anybody else because we all have our own independent walk to walk.
Yeah.
But when you look at it, Mandela was thrown in prison for what? And for how long? By whom? Why? What did he do wrong? But yet when he came out, he became the president of South Africa, and then to do what? What did that serve? Tell me. Is that for the history books, or is that to show that anybody from the doldrums, from the depths of hell, can become the king, president, prime minister? What? All the great ones that we accolade to, what were their trials and tribulations for?
Yeah.
So nobody pays respect to what you have to do to get where you are. They only know you when you are at that point.
Yes.
Anybody can know you
All right. So I like how we going. We dealt with the history. We dealt with the highs. We dealt with the roller coaster and so on.
Just like this.
Right?
Just like this.
Now, coming out of prison now, I'm sure your mindset, you have a different mindset, a different goal, a different drive in terms of how you're going to proceed forward. Tell me what was that like and what was your next step?
It would take that 2 years to come out and you're looking around to see what has changed, how it changed, how would society accept you.
Yes.
But it's not just how would society accept you, how would you accept yourself? Because if you're looking at, I was doing all these things for all these people, all this I was giving up. I was giving to my people, sacrificing myself and family life. You know, I could have been a 9 to 5 and being home with wife and children or wife and child and just being me. But yet everything was to make people happy. Some sacrifices are being made and will be made, but to whom and for whom? So while you're sacrificing yourself for everybody else, what does it cost you personally? What did it cost me? So you can't look at what it will cost you, You just know that you're giving that your all in the best ability. Wherever it fits, it fits. It lays, it lays. Because that's all we know.
Yeah.
Doing what we can do and what we do best for people, for everybody else. Never fire yourself. If it was for yourself, you lock yourself in the room and you DJ in a quarter, wait on the internet and turn it on and done there. Nobody can come by your house, nobody can see you, they can't reach you, they can't pay you. No. How is that?
Yeah.
Everything that everybody has done, not being biblical again, from then till now, all the great ones, what have they sacrificed in life physically for them to be acknowledged today as being who they are and what they've done? Just like you. You think what you're doing here just so simple? Give kudos. I respect that. Who taking the time out to find that kid? Kudos.
Yeah,
That's why you look like that.
Salute, my brother. Salute. All right, we nearly done. We nearly done. Of course, this is one of my favorite parts of the podcast where I dig up and search high and low. I found some pictures, some photographs. I'm going to show you some photographs. You will give me some context behind said photographs. Let me know what was happening or what you can remember when these pictures were taken. Right? Let's get into it, my brother. Let me find some good stuff here for you. We begin with the first one. The first one goes over something like this.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Where was this?
105.
This is 105 Studio.
Early 90s, yeah.
Wow.
Early 90s.
Wow.
I just came back. Wow. And the controls, fan pot knobs. Whoa.
Yep.
I pray that now. I want to
We going again. Next one. Bam. Talk to me.
Ronnie Supreme team.
Supreme and big up Ronnie D. Ronnie D was one of the baddest. Teddy Mohammed, right?
And next to Teddy Mohammed is King Papa Rocky.
Papa Rocky.
Winston McConnell.
This is where? In Trinidad?
Nah, New York City.
This New York City.
Yeah. New York. We did that in New York.
Glory days there, boy. The glory days.
That was the Ark. That club was the Ark.
That's Elite Ark.
The Elite Ark.
Okay,
Yeah,
big up to Butch and the entire squad, man.
Thank you.
Yes. I know the thing. Talk to me here.
Yeah. Good. Myself and Alan the Honeyboy Diaz.
Yes, the general, boy.
Yeah, boy.
The general radio, boy. The general.
That's up Henry Street. That's spectacular.
That's spectacular for him?
No, not spectacular. What's
Henry Street, that's SW, not SW, OWTU?
No. Oh Lord. I remember the club just.
Rolls Royce?
No.
I just played. I know Rolls Royce was before that.
But that was me and Alan Diaz at a function Saturday night.
Nice. Big up to Alan. Alright, hopefully remember. We're going with some others. This one.
Myself and DJ C. Wiley.
C. Wiley, boy. Big up to C. Wiley. This looking New York boat ride-ish.
Yep.
It is?
What club we were at, boy? That's Brooklyn too.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Big up C. Wiley, man. Out there doing this thing. C. Wiley, we had a talk. And speaking of C. Wiley, this is a classic photo here. What's this?
Wiley and Dr. Hyde. Master Dr. Hyde.
Yeah, boy.
What? That's Canada.
That's Canada. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Nice,
Canada.
Man. We're going again. Bam.
Yep.
Wow, in the plane. Talk to me here.
That's Canada. That's me on the far left, which is your far right.
Yeah.
Lee Wiley. Showing from Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation. Stanley.
Yes, Stanley there.
Right.
Showing from Rhythm Nation.
Showing, right.
I've seen Playboy Lalo.
Lalo, big up Lalo.
Ragamuffin there. The yellow shirt. No, that's Stanley there. Stanley? Yeah, that's Stanley.
That's Stanley, right?
Stanley. With the yellow shirt there.
Yes, in the middle.
And that's MC Ragamuffin there too.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is en route to where?
Canada.
Canada.
Canada too.
Tell you I'm bringing back history here. I'm bringing us some nice ones. Let me see if I have another one. Check this. Bam!
Foreign base.
Foreign base.
Alright. 1, 2, 3 foreign DJs. Like Garth, Gary, and Garth's little brother on the end, right?
Yes.
In the middle there, between myself and Garth, you would see Shell Shock, the late Sheldon.
Great Sheldon Benjamin Shell Shock. Rest in peace, my brother.
Every time.
Yeah, man.
Time. That's New York City again too.
Yeah.
That's tears to my eyes, bro.
Yeah,
that's
boy.
Oh Lord, yeah.
That's my brother, boy. Ken, boy. Ken.
Yeah, that's tears to my eyes.
Professor Ken Fillmore, rest in peace, my brother.
You see that? That's tears to my eyes, bro.
Wow.
That man was a gem, still is a gem in my heart.
Yeah. Big up, Ken Fillmore.
Every time.
Yeah, man. That's how we do it there, man. That's some good ones. Some good ones. Nice. Alright, we're almost ready to wrap it up. Starchild, I mean, we did the whole full circle. We did the history. We did the introduction to your DJ career. We did the introduction to your radio career. We did, of course, the prison system, the reform, coming back out. And you're back here in 2021, still doing your thing and mentoring up-and-coming DJs. I want to get
you... DJs like KB here.
Big up, KB. Take down, people had to see a KB. You just take down the mask and put it back up.
Show that out.
Right, there you go. Big up KB. Alright, salute. So tell me a bit about your take on, I know a lot of the DJs, like, you know, from my era and the era like your era, you pass the baton to me, I pass the baton to the future DJs, and right now I know the majority of DJs on their own scene and they don't want to listen and accept criticism and counsel and guidance from the elders. You know what I mean? But we still have to take that time to showcase what we've done and to teach. What's your take on that in terms of these new DJs? Are you happy with where the DJ drive and system is going?
It is going where it has to go, because you can lead any and every horse to the well, but you can't make it drink water.
Right.
What we have learned and what we have aspired to continue to learn, because you never stop learning until you go to sleep permanently. So don't ever stop to think that we're done DJing, we're done singing, and we're finished. No. Everybody that we know in the diaspora of entertainment has gone on to the next level. And even if you think it may be bad, or if it's good, it's just a learning level. Because we aspire. If you're singing, DJing, what other skills do you have in your life to maintain your survival as a human being on planet Earth? Right here, why we're here. But that time that we're here. So, you know, we never stop, we never finish. DJing is one aspect that we would have excelled in for a minute. Singing, entertaining, masonry, carpentry, even the garbage man excel. But he knows how to clean and what to clean the right way. So we do this. So what we do is give homage and kudos and respect to the members who've gone before us, who represented. Love to that. And hope and pray that we have learned from them a little bit that we can and acquire that knowledge that's sent to the next level, so that we may be able to pass on what we've learned. You know, whether they accept it or not, it's up to them.
It's up to
but
them.
We know that we got to get that path. What we're doing here is disseminating the information and the knowledge.
Yes.
The generation next. You know, if they respect it, kudos to them. They can excel. If not, kudos to them too.
Starchild, my brother, once again, as I said, the purpose of this podcast is to shed light, you know what I mean? Tell the story and document the history of the fathers and forefathers of this genre. DJing and radio personalities in Trinidad and Tobago, you know what I mean? So at least now, the future generation can go onto YouTube, plug it in, rock back, take a listen, and know from the horse's mouth what really went down. The facts. Starchild, I humbly salute you, my brother, for paving the way for me. So big respect to you, my brother. Alright? You're a general in my book. Salute.
Kudos to the archives.
We go talk. Cheers, my brother. We go talk. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an epic one for you. That's right, the mic drop sessions. Yours truly, Just Jason. Of course, we had a blast with the one and only Starchild. Yeah, man. Salute. Yeah. Don't forget, support your boy, Jus Jase 868 on YouTube. That's right. Check out the YouTube page. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Click that bell for notifications for upcoming episodes. And we'll see you 2 Wednesdays from now. I'm Jus Jase. I'm out. Salute.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Are you ready for start time?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Jus Jase.
in the house tonight, and they just got back from World Tour, and I think they got something they want to say.
You now listen to the sound.